Hi, it's Ashley from AV Sound Advice. Today we're doing a product review on this SendyAudio Aiva Planar headphone. Now, this Planar magnetic headphone is not too bad. I mean, to be honest with you, I never heard of SendyAudio before, and it was great to be able to get a pair to play with. So first off, as you know, I'm a cable guy, so the first thing that stood out for me is I absolutely love the cable. So I'll cover the cable off first. It does have I like how they've got the little wood ends on here. This little thing slides off up down to the other end. Again, it's made of wood. You can also see here they've terminated this into a balanced 4.4. Now, I thought that was actually quite cool, to be honest with you, because if you're going to put a cool cable on, it makes sense to make it balanced. Now, to cover off it being played on everything else, they've provided a 4.4 to 3.5 adapter, and you can then plug that into another adapter if you want to get to 6.3. But in reality, I predominantly just played this in the 3.5 and in the balanced, and I did do one adapter test as well. And I also, I'll go through some of that actually in a moment. So first off the bat, I think the product's very, very cool. And I'll also cover off the case. It seems to be some form of leather red. It's got a really nice leather smell to it. Inside there's the little bag, and inside that little sort of like a cloth bag, all the cables sit nicely inside of that. Then this just zips up around here. And I also like how it's got the feet at the bottom, so it just stands up like so. It also has the carry handle. Really well thought through. I mean, for a Chinese brand, and that's the other thing too, when I saw it was made in China, and I was thinking to myself, wow, this will be interesting, because most of the headphones I play with, everything, as you know, is made in China, but they're from brands that we all know of. And when the SendyAudio came in, I'm thinking this will be interesting. So I guess with that in hand, and I've tested a lot of headphones right through from $99 through to $10,000. My first reaction to these was, first off, I love the feel of them. So they look great. They've got a fantastic pattern that's been etched into the side and probably laser cut or some form. I also, for the first time, I'd never seen an ear cup like that where it's actually not straight. You can actually see it's been cut to it's fat at the bottom and narrow at the top. Weirdly, that shape is actually, for me, it's been super comfortable. So I really enjoyed wearing it. Very smooth. I don't know what they've used, some form of material. I actually felt from the comfort side of things, they're really, really nice to wear. As you can see, they've got a great finish. These are the plugs they just pull out, and they're a 2.5. And again, a really nice comfort. Now, for the sound of them, obviously there's a lot of reviews going around on this model, and I'd say we've got to put things in perspective. In our part of the world, they're $11.99. And that's in the New Zealand, Australian market. And if it's Australia, I think potentially might be $999. So depending on where you live, that price will variate. So for the price that they're actually asking for and sound delivered, I thought they were very, very good. I enjoyed, in my mind, I felt they were very neutral. The highs were just a little bit, they weren't overstated or understated. They were just, I think, balanced quite well, to be honest, considering this brand's been around from 2015. And so I guess in my mind that's quite a new brand, but I do know they come off the back of another brand that's been around longer than that. But SendyAudio was founded in 2015. And I thought to myself, well, that's a pretty damn good sound considering that time frame. In audio, it can take years to get the sound right. Now, the other thing I wanted to cover off, just for the ones who want the specs on this, it does have a frequency response of 20 through to 40 kHz, sensitivity 96 dB, impedance is 32, and a weight of 420 gram. And as I said, you can see in front of us, you see the kit and the wiring. So what I've done is I've played this through my Marantz DAC 1. I've played it through the Topping A90, and I've also used the Fuba HD, and I also used one of my adapters and ran it through my iPhone 11. So if you're taking a sort of a very analytical approach, this may not be the headphone for you. But if you're taking an approach where you want an enjoyable headphone, it's comfortable, it's got a great sound for the dollars paid, then you're right, you're ticking the boxes off. And I was actually really surprised how good it sounded even on the iPhone 11. It actually surprised me. I actually thought, wow, that was actually pretty impressive. My preference out of all the testing that I did with it, I did enjoy it the most in the balanced mode through my Marantz and topping DAC combo. That was where I felt that it shined. But as I said, I was also very impressed having it on the 3.5 adapter through the iPhone 11. It was quite a bit of a shock, really. I wasn't expecting that to be the way it was. And I played a whole, again, I've used Tidal, and of course Apple, that was on the phone. And all in all, it's a very neutral headphone. So if you're looking for something that's got a massive amount of bass, it's not going to do it. If you're looking for something that's really analytical and detailed, then this may not be for you. But if you're looking for a nice, well-balanced headphone that you can play and just enjoy most of your music, and you'd be pretty happy with these headphones. They really are a great headphone. So again, from SendyAudio's Aiva, these headphones, I was actually quite taken back. I was quite surprised, to be honest. I felt that for a headphone company that's been going since 2015, it's a pretty reasonable effort. And would I own a pair of these? Yes. I mean, I can't own everything that I get sent, but the reason I'd own them too was it was just, for me, they were, they were just so easy to wear and so easy to work with, and just, it didn't matter what I played through. It was pretty well enjoyable all the way through. And as I said, if you're not hitting it with an analytical approach, then this is a really great headphone. I mean, and be aware, I can take an analytical approach, then we could pull the whole thing apart. But in my mind, for $11.99 in our part of the world, $9.99 for Australia, that price point, it really is a headphone that you need to consider. I'd have a listen. I think you'd be quite surprised. It really, for me, it was an enjoyable headphone. I love the look. I love the finish. And of course, you can see I love the cable. I mean, I really do love the cables. The whole package as a whole, the leather bag, the whole package they've put together here really has been well done. And I take my hat off to SendyAudio. They've done a fantastic job. So if you're looking for a pair of wired headphones and you love the look of these, and you want something that's musical and enjoyable, you're certainly not going to be disappointed. But as I said, if you're going to take a very analytical approach and you'll be very looking at every detail and everything, this will not be for you. But you've got to put things in perspective. It is, as I said, you get, I feel, for the dollars spent, it's providing the sound you'd expect at that particular price point. So from my perspective, I think it's a great headphone. I'd go out and have a listen. I think it's worth having a listen. So I hope you've enjoyed today's review on the SendyAudio Aiva Planar headphones. I think you're going to be very impressed. I think they're a great effort from SendyAudio. I think they really are worth a listen. So I hope you've enjoyed today's review. And again, thank you for tuning into AP Sound Advice.